morning and welcome to Morning Matters. This morning we are broadcasting from downtown Belize City. In the background you can see the Belize River. This morning my guest is Melinda Turner. Melinda, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Rhonda.
Melinda, where are you from?
I'm from Big Sky, Montana.
What brings you to Belize?
I came for a retreat. It was a business development retreat over in the jungle.
Interesting. Your first time in Belize?
It is, yes. Won't be my last, though.
Excellent. What sort of business are you in?
So I'm a holistic health coach. I work with women, mainly female endurance athletes, to get to the next level, whether it's a half marathon to a marathon, marathon to an ultra, taking into nutrition and lifestyle choices.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you faced in this line of work? Because I'd imagine that it's not easy to get somebody from one step to the next.
That is very true, yes. People have to be willing to put the work in, which is very, very important. And a big thing is everybody's different. Everybody assimilates food differently. Everybody takes to training differently. So finding what that unique individual needs to get them where they need to go.
What are some of the things that you do to find out what that unique individual needs? Because like me, I started to work out and I'm thinking, but I need to eat rice. I just want to eat some rice. If I don't eat rice every day, I don't feel good. And I'm beginning to think that that rice will not affect me.
Well, it's a good way to see if it does is take it out of your diet for a little bit, even just a week. Take it out for 7 days.
You want me dead, don't you? You're trying to kill me, that's it.
7 days won't kill you, I guarantee it. And then just see how your body feels and see how it feels when you do reintroduce it. That's the best way to figure out if a food is working with your individual system.
You know, and I have to ask this because there's a lot of people out there looking and they're thinking, tell me one of the simplest things that I can do to lose a little weight in a month. Let's say I decide, you know what, I weigh 300 pounds, but I can't run because running is just going to be too much work on my legs or on my knee or whatever the case is. What are some simple steps that I can take to make my life a little bit more healthy?
I think the number one thing is taking out processed food from the diet, and it actually is not as hard as it may sound. It may sound like a daunting task, but eat foods that don't have an ingredient list on it. So take those prepackaged foods out and eat real foods. You don't want an ingredient list on there, and if it does in fact have an ingredient list, you want 5 or less ingredients and you can actually pronounce the words that are in it.
Okay, that's a good thing. And we live in the Caribbean, and Caribbean people generally eat rice and beans and flour and ground food like plantain and banana and all of that stuff. So somebody that might be listening might be living out in the country and say, well, I still weigh 300 pounds and all I eat is rice and beans and chicken and that kind of stuff. So if somebody is eating simple stuff like that, what would be one of the things that they can take out, or what can they do? Maybe not take out, but lessen.
Yeah, that's a great question, because everybody, like I kind of mentioned before, everyone does assimilate, so that's digest food differently. So the idea is just find out what works for you. So if you are on a diet of rice and beans and you're still gaining this weight, not feeling like you want to feel, maybe switch it up a bit. Maybe do just move a little more. If you're 300 pounds, you definitely don't want to be running, but go for walks, go for swims. Swimming is an amazing workout. So just take those little steps. Like, don't have the goal set in your mind like I'm losing 150 pounds right away. Take small baby steps and just eat as clean as possible.
Eat as clean as possible. Aye. That is where I'm going to have a little trouble, but I definitely know that it is doable. It is definitely doable. How can somebody find you that might be interested in the service that you have to offer?
So I do have a website. My business is called MT Holistic Living. MT stands for my name, Melinda Turner, and also Montana, because that's where I live. But I do work mainly on online programs, so I can work with anyone that has access to the internet or a telephone. So my website is mtholisticliving.com, and you can find me there. I have a contact page, and from there you can find my Facebook and Instagram that I'm on as well.
Do you cater to the common person? Because I asked in the beginning, and you say you're working with athletes and that kind of stuff, but there might just be an ordinary person that have their own requirements or their own needs. Would you be willing to entertain that kind of clientele?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. My specialization is in female endurance athletes, but I run the gamut to who I work with. Everyone from gut issues to low energy, anything.
Speaking of low energy, and it's all about me today. You know, some days I get up but I'm sure I'm not the only one going through it.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm a very active person. I feel like I'm high spirited, high energy, and all that. But some days I get up and I don't want to get up. You know, what do you think could be the cause to some of those things, and what can we do to prevent it or lessen it?
Oh man, that could be a number of things.
It could be Drew. Yes, he's in the house. I'm thinking, gosh, do I have to come out of my room and see him?
I just want to stay in bed.
Not that. Yeah.
Yes, a lot has to do with the foods you're eating. Like maybe the day before you had a little more sugar than what you're used to, and we want to keep a nice even blood sugar level throughout the day. You don't want those spikes and drops like that. So even the day before, if you had a little extra sugar that you don't normally have, that can kind of knock you out for a little bit and kind of make you feel uneasy. It couldn't be as simple as that. It could be something a little more serious, like maybe your thyroid isn't functioning correctly, or hormones are kind of out of whack. So that's where someone like me comes in handy, because I'm able to find specifically what's going on with you, why you're getting that low energy.
You can find that? How can you find that? You ask me a bunch of questions? How does it work?
I do. I ask you a bunch of questions, and I have to as a coach, rely on you to be honest and really open about how you're feeling, how your body, and listening to your body. That's the number one thing. People are now on such a plane where they just are getting inundated with all this stimulation, and we just kind of go through the movement sometimes. We don't actually just listen to what our body wants, because our body wants to be well.
Well, having said that, now that we know exactly what you do and where to find you, I will ask you to help me with some of these questions.
Okay.
All right. Tell me a little about you. You have children, you're married?
Well, I'm actually pregnant with my first child now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Very excited. So,
having said that, I have a question for you.
Sure.
You know, you came into the Caribbean, and you know that there is this mosquito out that it is said could possibly damage your unborn child. Do you have any concerns over that?
I mean, I'm not throwing caution to the wind, but honestly, in looking at the research, there is no correlation to the Zika virus to microcephaly. These babies that are being born with it, only about 4% has been shown to have the virus, which is very small percentage. So I think that I think it's bad timing that this is going on, and people are just kind of realizing it, and now it's everywhere. Like the virus has been around since 1947, but now we're just being aware of it because it is plastered everywhere. So now that we're aware, people are saying like, "Oh, I have that," but they could have had it before years ago and just not known that they had it because they didn't know what it was. And as far as the birth defects, I personally, in looking at the research and the studies, don't believe that is the cause of microcephaly.
What do you believe is the cause? That draws me to the question. What do you believe is the cause?
I don't know, actually, but there was a certain vaccination that started coming into effect around the same time. And I'm not saying that is the cause, but there's just feeling. A lot. Yeah, there's a lot of other things besides the angry mosquito. I'm not too worried, no. And also, Belize is amazing. There really are not that many mosquitoes, and I usually get bitten a lot.
No, I'm not. It's true. I mean, but it's funny that I like that you say that, because a few weeks ago we had somebody else that was coming, and she was pregnant, and she was so paranoid. I mean, she had her hotel and everything booked, and then she called and said, "I can't do it." And I'm like, I see babies born here every day.
Yeah.
And they all look good and healthy to me.
Yeah. Yes, and Belize isn't one of the countries with it, so I feel confident. But I have to say, if I watched the news more in the States, I probably
you'd be stressed out. I am not pregnant, and I am stressed out sometimes when I watch. I'm thinking, geez, what can it do to people like me?
Yeah.
It's just a scare tactic, I think.
I agree. But
All right.
It's just our feelings.
Well, now I'm going to ask you to help me with some matters. This
Okay.
one says, good evening from Trinidad. Obviously, she was watching an evening show. And she says, I occasionally watch your program. So good morning to the people in Trinidad. Thank you for making Morning Matters a part of your morning. I got a question. How can a woman trust to marry a man after he stopped beating her? The abuse has reoccurred after many months, but the anger of the man is scary, despite his promise to never abuse me again.
Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that. First off, do you go first? Do I go?
You
first?
can go first.
Okay. I am really sorry to hear that. And fact of the matter is, I'm sure he loves her. There's no doubt in my mind that he loves her, but he needs to seek help if he wants to, in fact, stay with her, because abuse is not.
You know, he loves her in the way he loves her. For me, that would not be enough. Let me just say that. It is like somebody that is on crack. He has a disease. He is sick. It is like somebody that is on crack that's not taking crack today in this moment, say, I want to stop. I will not take crack anymore. But then the next guy passes with a bag of crack and he grabs it out of his hand and he takes it. I definitely think that you need counseling. You need a lot of help. He will need a lot of help. Because this is not something that he can control on his own without help. You know, he has anger issues, he has issues, he needs therapy, and if he's unable or unwilling to go to therapy, then your marriage will end up with you with one arm or one leg at some point in time, because it will only get progressively worse. That's it. I would not marry him. I would not recommend you marrying him. I would recommend that you step back. And if you want to be with him, counsel your relationship for a very long time before you decide to marry him. Why? You need to give yourself time to create new history with him. His word is not good enough. His intentions might be good, but he has not shown you that he can do that. He's willing and he's working, but I think he needs to show you new history. And if he can't show you new history, then you have nothing to go on other than the fact that he beat you before. I would take that as a huge warning, and I would step back. Because when you get married, chances are you'll have children, you'll have a lot more stress than you do now. And if he can't manage stress, then he can't manage the relationship. Reasonable enough?
Yes, very, very well said.
I have a child with a guy that I truly love. I think it would be healthier if I didn't have a relationship at all with him, because he has a problem with me being faithful. But I really don't want to make decisions based on myself, because I have a child in the middle of this. I don't want my son to be raised up without a father, but he's not a good example to him. What am I to do?
Yes, I didn't quite catch that. He's being unfaithful?
He's being unfaithful.
Okay. And she has a child with him.
Yes.
And that is very tough as well. Once again, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Let me just say this. A lot of people think that if the father or the mother isn't in the house, the child doesn't have a father or mother. Let me tell you something. The father and mother, once they are alive and active, the child have a father and a mother, or a mother. You have to create the environment that you want your child to flourish in. That is your duty as a parent, to create an environment where your child can flourish, where your child can be exposed to the best options to be the best child, and by extension, the best human being and adult that they can be eventually. And also, you have to choose the life that you want. If you have a husband or a wife that is cheating on you and beating you up and kicking you upside your head, is it worth the hassle to bring another human being into this environment so that they can think that this is how a relationship should be? This is not a good example of a good functioning relationship. So you have to fix it or forget it. You can't change him. You can only make decisions to change your own way and the way you live. I'm not saying to leave him. I'm not saying to stay with him. But what I would say is, if the situation that you are living in is unhealthy and uncomfortable for you and your child, then you have to know what to do.
Yeah, I agree fully. Our jobs as parents is to show our children what they can be, and show them love and show them compassion. And if our relationship with their mother or father isn't showing that, we're doing them a disservice.
You know, a lot of times I hear people say, well, you know, my mother stayed, so I can stay. and we didn't die. You didn't die, but you grew up so damaged. You could have had such a much more productive life, and I mean, I wouldn't do it. I have not done it. I will not do it. I don't recommend anybody to do it. I think sometimes children are better off when they can see their father functioning at his best in a relationship that works for him, and a mother functioning in her own life that works best for her, so they can have two happy parents that they can learn from, as opposed to two dysfunctional parents under the same roof.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Melinda, I know this segment is winding down. Anything you'd like to leave us with before you go?
Thank you for having me. This is a beautiful, beautiful country. I encourage anyone that is interested in health coaching, even just a question, we can have a little conversation about what it is that I can do for you. I suggest you look at my website and live the healthiest life you can, whether it's with me or on your own.
Tell us your website again.
www.mtholisticliving.com.
That's right. We will all check it out. On that note, we're going to take a break and be back.
With the high cost of fuel these days, every fill-up can be a curiously scary experience. Rising gas prices have transformed to the point where it feels like it can cost you the shirt off your back. That's why we created Lucas fuel-saving motor oils. Their special additives increase compression and minimize friction, improving fuel mileage. With Lucas, you'll keep from losing your shirt, or even worse.
After you pick the place, pick up a great deal at Alamo on all kinds of vehicles for every vacation, because everyone loves a little getaway and big savings. Alamo.
We've been working with Hummingbird for about 3.5 years, and since the beginning of the relationship, we've been very impressed with the quality of their work and their professionalism. They provide great service. They're very easy to work with, which is really nice. And if anything ever happens and the furniture needs to be repaired or fixed, they're great about sending service people out here. We've gotten great feedback from the buyers of our condos about the quality of the couches we use and the chairs we use, and I could highly recommend working with them in the future.
Seaboard Marine, a leader in ocean transportation, is now offering services to Belize. Offering the fastest and most reliable transit to Belize, Seaboard Marine is the #1 choice for shipping. We offer shipping of less than container loads, such as boxes, barrels, and chilled cargo, full, dry, and refrigerated containers, project cargo, heavy and special equipment, vehicles, and more. We have sailings from Canada, Houston, New Orleans, Miami, the Caribbean, Central and South America. Seaboard Marine offers the most competitive rates with a fast and dependable shipping schedule, excellent customer service, and a convenient location with plenty of parking. Visit our office, website, or call us for more information.
From vineyards across the world to the heart of downtown San Ignacio, the fine wines at the Wine House are creating a buzz in both young and old alike. Located on Bluebird Street in San Ignacio, the Wine House features an excellent selection of wine and assorted cheeses. Though you may come in as strangers, the Wine House classy and casual atmosphere and friendly staff make you feel right at home. Visit the Wine House today. Come celebrate this Valentine's Eve with us at the Wine House. There will be live music and dinner buffet. Party starts at 6 p.m.
Looking for quick and easy baking? Try Grace Baking Powder. It comes in a convenient 10-gram packet. Grace Baking Powder. Great for my pancakes, waffles, fry jack, flour tortillas, muffins, waffles. Wow! How quick and easy. Grace Baking Powder. So convenient, easy to store. You love it. It's good enough and fresh whenever you need it. Another fine product brought to you by Grace. For recipes, go to gracerecipes.com. It's time for Grace. Grace, bringing good taste to life.
You're tuned into this morning show, and And Rhonda's here to let you know it matters. Morning matters. You'll face today with confidence. She'll never leave you in suspense. The answer's coming. Morning matters. Now come on, Rhonda, we're all tuned in to hear you reason without questioning what's the matter. Morning matters.
Welcome back to Morning Matters right here from Spooners in Belize City. Drew, you're sitting in now. What's up?
Good morning, Rhonda.
How are you?
I am well.
You look well.
I thank you. You look dashing yourself.
Well, let me straighten up this shirt here. And because you'd have my shirt all disheveled and twisted and then you won't tell me and then you laugh.
That's life.
That's just like you.
Melinda had some interesting information. Maybe you should subscribe to her service.
Maybe we should all subscribe to.
I know you've been struggling with this food consumption thing for quite a while. Not knowing what to consume.
It's not that I don't know what to consume. I'll tell you what would be ideal.
You're like the crack addict.
No. It's not that. You know what would be ideal? It's that if I had my fridge with all my meals labeled, I'll just have to go in there, eat them.
Maybe that's what you need.
Yes,
As a cook, a chef.
Yes, because then
personal chef. There you go. If anybody's looking for a personal chef job,
No,
Rhonda needs one.
No. But then sometimes I get up in the morning and I just don't know what to make, so I boil 2 eggs.
You know what? Then you're not hungry, don't eat.
No. I am hungry, but it's just so much work to make a whole omelet.
No, it's not.
Anyway, I'm not struggling with no
You
food
can make
consumption.
one in the waffle iron.
I can?
Just mix it up, pour it in the waffle iron.
Maybe that's what we will have tomorrow. If you're around to make it. So what's new with you?
Not much new. No, I can't think of anything new.
No, how the girls treating you? Every so often I check with you and the girls.
They aren't treating me at all.
They're not treating you at all? Well, how come? What happened?
I think I need a therapist.
Maybe Melinda can help you too.
I don't think that's her area of expertise.
You never know.
She doesn't look pregnant though.
Isn't it funny though?
That's why when she said that, I thought, really?
Yep.
She wears it well.
Yep.
I think she said she was due in August.
In August? Okay, that means she's newly pregnant. All right, let's jump into a matter. You have any matters of your own?
No, Rhonda.
You sure, Mr. Drew?
I am sure.
Good morning. I don't think it's smart for anyone to go in a relationship that they're being abused. That they are abused, is treated, or have children who are disrespectful. I believe a lot of people don't go into relationship sitting down the rules and expectations, and I think that is foolish. Don't throw yourself into a life you do not know what you are getting into. Search that person and understand what they're about. People call it crazy to investigate, but investigate about your partner or someone you want to be serious about. Date. Please date. He says,
true.
Get to know that person because it can be pretty and then pretty sweet. But what about when hard times come and it may be a monster? And don't be afraid to tell a man he needs to work for your hand in marriage. He will respect you more and he will love you more. Tell the guys to stop feeding the woman so much. Go run with your number 1 and forget number 2. Spend extra time with her and unua learn for cook. I got into Creole there. Well,
I think that's well put. I tend to think, enough people don't pay attention to the little things, and they don't realize that they are training and teaching their partner how to treat them. And if you tolerate it, it's just going to get worse down the road. So you need to lay the law down early.
You need to be consistent.
Yes.
You need to be consistent, but before you become anything, you have to know what you want. You have to know what you want. True. Because if you don't know what you want, you will end up with something that you may not like. You might start settling, you might say this is good for now, but because you have not given it enough thought. So think about yourself before you get into a relationship, because once you get into a relationship, it becomes a little crowded. Now you have to think about both of you, what's good for both of you and all that stuff. But if you know what you want and you have aligned yourself with your own intentions and goals. When somebody comes, as soon as they come, you know if they're good or not for you.
Hopefully.
Yes, because then you would have prepared yourself for your sheet and your check sheet. If it doesn't have anything on it, then you know this is not a good person for me. Not that they're not good people, but they just might not be good for you. Let's see what else we have here. This one says, Morning. I am going out with this boy for a year and 4 months. I love him with all my heart. But he never believes me when I say things because he thinks that I am the same old person. What can I do?
He doesn't know you're new and improved, huh?
Yep.
Find somebody that is. Find somebody that appreciates you for who you are.
She loves him.
He doesn't love you?
He doesn't know her well enough to love her yet because she has created some bad history. No. You have to give the devil what due. I understand both of them. I understand that she has created bad history and she wants the opportunity to create new history.
Well, it's going to take a while.
Good. Then she needs to be patient.
You need to, so the length of time your bad history was, you got to go like 7 times that before it's gone.
You need to be patient with this man because obviously you did something to him that offended him greatly and he decided to stay and give you the opportunity to make good history or new history. With time, all of that will go away. Be patient, be kind, speak to him in a good way. Don't say, well, this is a new me now and if you don't like it, you don't like it and you can't see it. No, be kind with him because when you were being the devil, he stayed. You understand?
And the words aren't going to have nearly as much meaning as what your actions are.
Exactly.
So give time for your actions just in routine situations to come forward and let him actually see this new person instead of just hearing you tell him that you're a new person.
Exactly. A little patience.
Takes time.
And if that's not working out, then get a little counseling because it seems that he wants it to work and you are willing to do what it takes to make it work, but sometimes we need a little help. So if you can't figure it out on your own, get a little counseling. Good morning. I have somebody, man, but he's younger than me. He's 37 and I am 47. But he always want and he have a job and never want give. What am I to do, Rhonda?
Why are you with it? She says it's somebody else's man?
She got somebody else, man, where she the mine.
And she's upset that he only takes. He want, and don't give.
He only the take where you the giver. This is how you train the man. The man probably is with you because you are like his sugar mama. You give her everything. You sweet upon him. Not only that, you the give her your whole body knowing he got own lady. That's more valuable than anything else you could give him. So if you're willing to give him your body and you're willing to spend time with him and sleep with him and give of yourself, then the money you're giving him is nothing compared to what you're really giving him.
He doesn't take it serious.
He can't. He have a wife.
He's just,
He can't take you serious. You know to take you serious.
You're just the playground he gets to go to for free.
Why should he take her serious when she not to take herself serious? She offer herself up for the game and he decide he and play it. You can't complain now. You're the one who get yourself into this. Put one foot in front of the other and walk out. You deserve better.
His responsibilities lie elsewhere.
He's not responsible to nobody right now.
I think he's responsible to his wife.
He's not acting responsible or else he wouldn't be cheating with nobody.
But that's probably where his efforts are going.
He not putting in a good effort on no side of the fence, okay?
I think he is.
He
just likes to go to the playground once in a while.
You know, when you're married, when you go into the playground, you take your wife because two and one play together, okay? You don't go to the playground and pick up somebody else's football and kick it around.
You ever take somebody you don't like to a party?
Don't marry somebody you don't like.
It happens.
Then work on it.
Maybe you like them at home, but you don't like them at the party.
Then don't marry them. Whoever you marry, you're supposed to be able to take him or her everywhere and anywhere and have just as good a time.
That's good in theory. I don't know that it happens often enough.
Then don't marry them. Nobody forcing you to marry them.
This sun is driving me nuts. I'm going to have to put sunglasses on.
That's fine. You know, you don't have to get married. You don't have to be in a committed relationship. But what you should do is be truthful and honest and fair to yourself mostly. And if you're out there squandering yourself, then don't complain about the little money you're putting in the boy's pocket. You build this, you have to live with it or leave it.
That's right. That's what you created.
You're the one who created that. Leave it alone. I say stop. This one says sometimes the mother-in-law advised the son wrongly because she doesn't like the daughter-in-law.
She advises him wrongly just to get at the daughter-in-law.
Let me tell you something. When you marry a man, it's a man you marry. You don't marry the mother, you don't marry nobody else. You marry the man. He is responsible for the relationship that you two have in terms of governing it, in terms of all of that, right? So you can't be blaming the mother-in-law for something he decides to do. The mother-in-law could say anything. Because sometimes the mother-in-law advise him right and he don't listen. So why when he do something bad, you blaming the mother-in-law? You're not married to the mother-in-law. You have to blame your man, your husband. He is who you need to blame. He is who is ultimately responsible to you.
That's right. He should be making the decisions for himself and for his wife.
Why do you think so many people hate the mother-in-law? She not have nothing to do with this. I know you hated your ex-mother-in-law too. It's all right. You can say
I didn't hate her.
Just didn't like her?
Don't put words in my mouth.
Why do you think so many people hate their mother-in-law?
Because women are nosy and busybodies for the most part.
Then you shouldn't. If you think women are nosy and busybody, then perhaps you should not have any woman in your life.
I don't. Take that.
You have. What happened to your mother and your sisters? They are women.
Oh, they're perfect though.
Oh, they're exceptions.
Yes.
They're perfect. You have daughters?
Yes, she's perfect too.
I think so. You know?
She's in Chicago right now.
She's in front of Frank's house?
My daughter is.
In front of Frank's house?
She stopped in front of Frank's house. Frank Gallagher.
I am not even going to mention the name of that show. It's too shameless to mention it. I think that people that don't like their mother-in-law or their sister-in-law or their daughter-in-law and all that, they're putting the blame on the wrong people.
She didn't say she didn't like him.
No. This is a different matter now. I'm
This
just
is your
saying,
matter.
No, I don't have this matter none at all.
Huh? You sure?
My future mother-in-law is a gem.
Okay.
You understand? She and I get along very well.
I'll go along with that for TV. I know what you really said.
No, it's the truth. But I think that people that blame other people for the decision their husbands or their wives are making really is just too shy or afraid or ashamed to really take the matter into their own hand and charge who needs to be charged for the action that they're doing.
True. Yeah, and don't take it's the son-in-law we're talking about, right? Don't take his word and say, well, mother-in-law told me this, or I only did it because she said. Then he needs to take accountability for whatever decisions he makes.
Absolutely. If your mother-in-law tell him to go to Hull Bridge and jump off it with 10 pounds of steel on your leg, you think he can do it? No, because I know that that's the wrong thing to do. You're dead.
And maybe he's a strong swimmer.
He would not test it, trust me. My girl cheated on me. I love her, but I no longer trust her. I forgave her, but I can't forget. How do I get over this?
You know, it's okay to forgive her and let her go. If you're not going to get over it, call it what it is and move on.
See, I believe in freedom. And the first thing you want to do is free yourself from this situation. And if you can't free yourself mentally, then maybe the first thing you have to do is free yourself physically. Sometimes it takes that separation for us to deal with it. We need to spend time by ourselves, with ourselves, on our own. I can't see how you can tell me you love this girl, but you don't trust her. Where there is no trust, there is no love. Believe me when I say that. You can only truly love her when you trust her. Other than that, you might have strong attraction to her. You might like her a lot. But if you can't find it in yourself to completely forgive her and put it behind you, then you still can't love her. You understand? And like Drew said, you don't have to be with her. Forgiving somebody is not really about them all the time. It's about you. When you forgive somebody, you rid yourself of that burden, of that stress, of that weight. So forgiving her is a great thing. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you want to be placed in that position again?
Right.
If the answer is no, pack your traps and leave. It's that simple. I
You
live
need any
with
fish.
This one says, good morning. I live with a gentleman
for sale.
for like 8 years, and now we have one child together. But somehow, sometimes, we can't stand each other. Like 1 minute, we're talking okay. The next minute, we're arguing for stupid little things. What to do sometimes, I get tired of it. And I want to leave him for good. But I sit back and I think that we need to work things out for our child.
Okay.
She wants to know what to do.
Well, I think having the child in mind is a good thing, but I don't think that's the reason to stay. It's the reason to try as hard as you can and do everything you can to make it work. But I don't believe it's in the child's best interest to stay together in a bad situation for the child's sake.
I think that you didn't say that he beat you up, you didn't say he kicked you across the head, you said you argue over stupid things. So obviously you're having communication issues.
Well, there's only argument if two people are talking.
Yes.
Just if it's a futile argument, just let it go.
That's easy for you to say.
If you don't argue, then or talk, there's no argument.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're sitting here. But sometimes when you're sitting over there on the other side of the TV.
Sometimes you got to pick your battles. Pick your arguments.
I think that
it's over something silly, let it go.
That's easy to say, but how do you do that?
I know some people have to be right all the time.
What I think you really need to do is...
But you'll get over that.
You need to look at yourself and figure out what it is that you are doing to help this argument live. Because like Drew says, if both of you are not involved, then it's not an argument. It's communication issues that you are having. Sometimes you have to quiet your soul and have the discussion when it's not so loud, when it's not so noisy, when it's not so active. Maybe you want to try that. Maybe if you have issues with your partner, you want to address the issues when you're not in the middle of the issue.
True.
Right? So let's say he drops his pants every morning at the door. You don't want to tell him, because when you tell him right this minute, then he's going to be one big argument. You've done that so many times and that's not working. So you wait. Maybe you pick it up for the next 3 days. All you do is pick it up quietly.
Try a different approach.
Try a different approach. So tomorrow you go, you pick it up, you put it in the clothes hamper. You do that for 3 days, and then when you're having tea, you say, honey, you notice that the pants is not at the door anymore? Maybe you can help me move the pants in the mornings. Or when you're taking a shower, leave it in the bathroom. Something, but you have to try a different approach. If you don't try a different approach...
Are you talking about me?
You are guaranteed to have the same result all the time. I don't know you well enough to know where you drop your pants, my friend. It's not about you today. All right? Do you drop your pants all over the house?
No, it always goes right where it's supposed to go.
Which is on the floor?
Sometimes.
I wasn't talking about... I don't know what you do. I wish I knew, though. I'm sorry for the girls that have to pick your pants up behind you.
That's usually the other way around.
On that note, we're going to take a break and come back. Aeropost is now making shopping easier and much more convenient. You can now shop from the comfort of your own home and have your goods delivered to you with no additional cost in as little as 7 working days. No credit card? No problem. Come on down to our office at number 1 Mott Street in Belize City and we will assist you with your shopping. No order too small or large for us to ship. Be it cell phone, TV, jewelry, shoes, or clothing, we have exactly what you're looking for. At Aeropost, your favorite shopping spot is only 1 click away. Aeropost. You shop, we ship, we deliver. Give us a call at 223-4349 or visit us at number 1 Mott Street in Belize City.
We've been working with Hummingbird for about 3.5 years, and since the beginning of the relationship, we've been very impressed with the quality of their work and their professionalism. They provide great service. They're very easy to work with, which is really nice. And if anything ever happens and the furniture needs to be repaired or fixed, they're great about sending service people out here. We've gotten great feedback from the buyers of our condos about the quality of the couches we use and the chairs we use, and I could highly recommend working with them in the future.
After you pick the place, pick up a great deal at Alamo on all kinds of vehicles for every vacation, because everyone loves a little getaway and big savings. Alamo.
With the high cost of fuel these days, every fill-up can be a curiously scary experience. Rising gas prices have transformed to the point where it feels like it can cost you the shirt off your back. That's why we created Lucas fuel-saving motor oils. Their special additives increase compression and minimize friction, improving fuel mileage. With Lucas, you'll keep from losing your shirt, or even worse.
From vineyards across the world to the heart of downtown San Ignacio, the fine wines at the Wine House are creating a buzz in both young and old alike. Located on Bluebird Street in San Ignacio, the Wine House features an excellent selection of wine and assorted cheeses. Though you may come in as strangers, the Wine House classy and casual atmosphere and friendly staff make you feel right at home. Visit the Wine House today. Come celebrate this Valentine's Eve with us at the Wine House. There will be live music and dinner buffet. Party starts at 6 p.m.
Whichever suits you better. Grace coconut milk is your best choice for taste. Good as homemade, only more convenient.
Grace, bringing good taste to life.
You're tuned into this morning show, and Rhonda's here to let you know it matters. Morning matters. You'll face today with confidence. She'll never leave you in suspense. The answer's coming. Morning matters. Now come on, Rhonda, we're all tuned in to hear you reason without questioning what's the matter. Morning matters.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of Morning Matters. Drew, how you doing?
Doing well, Rhonda.
You sure?
Breakfast was good.
You know,
it's a beautiful day by the sea.
It is a beautiful day, but that's one of the good things in Belize. It's almost always a beautiful day.
It wasn't yesterday.
I don't know where you were, but
I was in Belize.
where I was beautiful. You should have been with me. You would have had a good time.
I thought we were going to do a show yesterday.
Good morning. I am pregnant for my man, but he does not live with me, and he keeps on going out with other women. What am I to do? I am 18 years old and my boyfriend is 31.
Oh,
my mother doesn't
goodness.
want me with him. I don't know what to do.
Sounds like your mom's probably got some good advice. If he's not going to man up and be devoted and help you with the pregnancy, quit focusing on him, focus on you and your baby. If he wants to be around to be a father, so be it. But as far as the relationship, I think you got to let that go.
You know, you're at a very delicate time in your life. You know, I remember when I was 18, I thought I knew everything.
That was a couple of years ago.
Just a few years ago, I thought I knew everything. I thought I was genius. You know, my parents couldn't be more wrong. They don't have no sense, I used to think. They're just old-fashioned. They're not smart enough, whatever. And the older you become, you realize how wise your parents really are. And the things that they say are really useful and meaningful. Try not to make all the mistakes that a lot of young people make when they're young, is not listen to their parents. Your parents always have good intentions.
They have your best interest in heart.
Yes, always. Even
and they have been around the block.
Exactly. Even when you can't see it, trust them, believe them. Because with time, whatever they say, most of the time come to pass. And sometimes you could have prevented that by listening to them.
And chances are you're better off erring on the side of taking their advice as opposed to erring on the side of not taking their advice.
Could not agree with you more. You're pregnant, you can't send back the pregnancy. You need to sit down with this man. This man is not your man. Let's get that out of the way one time. He is out there with other women. He's out there just being active, if you want to call it that. You are having a child for a man that is not your man. This man will father a child with you. You have a lot of questions to ask yourself. You have a lot of decisions to make. But in the short term, I would say center your soul by surrounding yourself with maybe your parents and your family, and try and nurture yourself. Make sure that you have a healthy baby. That is your number one priority at this time. Feed yourself with good, positive thoughts and good positive thinking. And if this guy comes around, great. If he doesn't come around, that's all right too, to some degree. He must take care of this child. He doesn't have to take care of you. He doesn't have to do any of that. He needs to be a part of this child. Try not to build up too much anger and resentment in your system, because at the end of the day, you knew what you were getting into. You made this choice. For whatever reason, you made this choice. So you can't blame him for a choice that you made. You have to take responsibility for it and see how you can move forward in a better way.
I agree.
That's it. Right? Yeah. Good morning. Me and my partner for 6 years is constantly arguing because he keeps on acting like he is cheating. I found some sexual texts on his Facebook. He got mad with me and we haven't spoken since. We have one daughter. I am trying for her, but it's like he blames me when he is wrong and doesn't try to fix it. What am I to do?
He doesn't want to fix it.
No.
Let it go.
He doesn't want to fix it. You love he love he, and you need to start love you. You need to start showing the daughter that you have the best example of what you can be. And by you tolerating this foolishness, like I said earlier today, is only going to set the precedence for this daughter, that when she gets into a relationship and a man starts to behave unreasonable, she needs to stay. You don't need to stay. You need to put yourself in a place where you will get the most respect. First, you have to give respect to get respect, yes. If you are giving respect and not getting respect, then you need to remove yourself from that position. Your duty is to take care of you. You
Right.
first, always. That is not being selfish. It is being careful. Because the best you that you can be will mean that the daughter will have the best mother and the best environment and the best everything.
Right. You can't give your best unless you are your best.
Exactly.
Or at your best.
So what you need to do is you need to make a decision. This guy will not stop cheating. He will not stop sending texts to these women. He will not stop any of that because he enjoys it. The question you need to ask yourself first is, can you live with this? If you can't live with it, then you know what your next option is, because you can't fix him. That's
True.
it. He might be an excellent father. He's just probably not a good husband. And he can be a father to his daughter from anywhere. But if he's not a good husband or a good spouse, he can't be in your home. It's that simple.
I agree.
He's got to go.
He's not adding to the environment,
He need to deplete.
the home environment.
There you go. Good morning. I live with my husband for 11 years and he went to live with another woman for a year. He doesn't maintain my 3 children and now he wants to come back and live with us because he doesn't want to pay maintenance. Well, girl,
That's no reason to come back.
why would you even entertain him?
Yeah. He's made his decision to be elsewhere and with somebody else. Don't let him come running back. He comes running back now. It's only a matter of time before
No.
he's off with somebody
he
else.
only wants to physically be there.
I know it.
She didn't say he is in love with me and he's sorry and he's remorseful and he wants to try again.
I
He's
know.
coming back because he wants to save that $150 a week.
Those are the wrong reasons to come home.
Why are you even entertaining him? Why are you even having conversation with this man?
Totally wrong.
He needs to pay for those children. He needs to keep it moving. He can go anywhere, but in your home is not where he needs to be.
I mean, that's just going to be toxic no matter how
He
it
can be.
seems to be.
And what I would encourage you to do is to allow him to see his children. Children need their parents. No matter what kind of husband they are, once they're good parents, they need to be given the opportunity to exercise their parental responsibilities. And let him see his kids. Let him come, pick them up, take them, whatever it is that he does with them, pay his maintenance, and go live with Mary Jane. But you are not his riding horse. When you put yourself into the riding horse position, you get ride. That is it.
And you get rode,
You get ride.
ridden.
You don't know Creole. You obviously don't know Creole at all. I have to give you a lesson in a Creole. All right? If you don't want riding horse, you want to get ride.
Okay.
All right? And you can't put yourself in the riding horse position.
And what's the rider called?
The jockey. All right? But no, on a serious note, you can't do that. A lot of times we blame people for the life that we live, but the life that we live is made up by the choices we make 1 minute at a time, 1 day at a time, one second at a time. So you're not unhappy because of him, or you're not unhappy because of her. You're unhappy because of the choices that you continue to make.
Correct.
Take responsibility. I have a baby for a man, and soon as the baby born, he broke up with me for another girl. And now he says that he will break up with her because he wants back his family. But he's still cheating. What am I to do? Let him be gone.
If he's still with the girl, how can he still be cheating? I thought he left.
He gone.
Yeah, he's talking.
But she is entertaining.
Stop entertaining.
You know, I understand that you want the idea of a family. I understand that you want the idea of having the three of you under one roof. But if you're picking up a bag of garbage and bring it into your own safe environment, all it will do is pollute the goodness that is in there.
Right.
It will not add anything. It will take away. You've seen the cut of this man's jib.
I would suggest if you really think you can make it with him, go slow. Say that's fine, we'll start slow. And maybe an afternoon every other Sunday you get together as a family and hang out and play with the kids, whatever. And go slow. Don't have him move right in the house right away.
He's still with the other girl.
He's gonna break up with her.
He needs to break up before he starts talking to me.
I assume he will.
You could assume wrong.
Well, that's we're back to that. They won't take their foot off first base to get the second.
Take your foot off. If he was serious, he would have broken up with her.
Yeah.
He not may come and say, I want to break up with her.
That's another thing. That you say, you break up with her and then we'll talk. But
break up with everybody. Make yourself single. Then we will talk. In between now and then, just send me my maintenance money. That's it. Come pick up this child when you want and see him or her when you want. You have nothing to do with me. Don't send me no text. I won't answer them. When you become single, if you become single and I am available and I want to discuss, then we can talk. In between now and then, don't waste my time.
Yes. And that way you'll know that he's breaking up with the other girl for the right reason and he's actually making an effort to get back with you.
And if he says he break up today, don't entertain him tomorrow. Give him some space.
Right.
Give him some time to make sure that he's single. So you can see that he's serious. Nobody will take you serious if you don't take yourself serious, you know. You need a little rule book for yourself and you need to check it every day.
Yeah.
You have to.
And maybe a signed letter from the ex-girlfriend.
You see, you full of jokes.
Well, how's she gonna know?
Give him time to make new history. Give him time. You'll know with time. His words have no value because he lie and cheating.
No, he's not.
Okay. Good morning. I am 20 years old and my boyfriend is 23. We were together for 3 years. I found someone that texted him some nasty text on his phone. He told me that he had nothing with this female. It was only texting. But I don't believe him. I never cheated on him. And that's the part that hurts. So I found a friend and we had a little thing going on. And now my boyfriend found my messages and I told him that we had nothing. But we did. Do you think I should tell him that we do have something?
I think he should sell tickets to this circus.
I would be right there in front row. This is entertaining stuff.
You know, it's a game. Stop playing the game. If you want to be with the other boy, be with the other boy.
Let me tell you something.
If you're going to cheat, if you're going to lower yourself to what your boyfriend's doing, what's the point?
My question is, why are you with him?
Right.
If you think that you can hurt your man by cheating on him, you fooling yourself. You're hurting you because you're giving you. He no know. What he no know can't hurt him. You're the one with the guilt and you're the one laying down on your back when he's out there probably doing the same thing or peaceful in his room. You're not gaining nothing. But the only thing that you're proving to me and yourself is that you don't want the relationship that you are in. Because if you wanted it, you'd have treated it better.
You're just creating more drama for yourself.
Yeah, you don't trust him, let him go. Let him go. Right. If you have a great man in your life for 15 years, have 5 children, he takes very good care of us. He takes me out to time, give me everything I ask for, but I don't trust him because I think that he's cheating because he gets up sometime at night and stay long on his phone. When he gets his pay, he gives me my share. But his amount is finished in 2 days, and he doesn't want to get married right now. He lies a lot, but he tells me he like women and he don't want me on Facebook. But he said that I will be seeing things that will get me mad. But he's always on the phone, but we have a great relationship. Go ahead.
I think you got to decide for yourself what you want. This is a lifestyle that he wants, and that's the way he wants it. And you either keep the good with the bad, or if you can't tolerate the bad, then you have to let him go.
I think she needs
Tell
some
him to
time
move
for
on.
herself. She used words like, we have a great relationship.
Yeah, I don't know how it can be great if...
She's used words like, the man treat me so well. He
Yeah.
give me his pay.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm ready to marry him.
You understand me? You say a lot of nice things about this man. Then you say things like, he cheat, he lie, he tell me not to get on Facebook. See?
Because you'll see...
Because you'll see things that will offend you.
Yes, if that's the case, then... you know, you have to make a decision. If you want to keep things the way it is and turn a blind eye to the other stuff, or you say this isn't the relationship I want, and you move on.
If he hasn't married you in 15 years and 5 children, I wouldn't hold my bets any higher than that.
Oh, on the other hand, it's been 15 years. It sounds like it's a wonderful thing for 15 years. So what?
See, and
What's
this
the difference?
This might be one of the situations where he is who he is. He's been constant. He might have said, you know, Mary Jane, I'm not getting married, you know, I'm not the marrying type. I don't want to be married. But you thinking that you could change him, so you have 1 child for him, you have 2 children for him, you have 3 children for him, you have 4 children for him, you have 5 children for him now, and he's still on the same tune. I'm not getting married, I'm not interested, I will jump whoever bones I want when I want the time. As long as you don't see, you shouldn't concern yourself. Don't get yourself in the way. I will bring home this money and I will take care of the family. And you agreed to that. Now you
Right.
want to change the rules in the middle of the game? No.
Yeah, it's worked for him for 15 years.
It's worked for you for 15 years. Now you have to sit up in your chair and say, is this how I want to live the rest of my life? If it's not, then you know what to do.
I don't know if she knows what to do.
She does.
I don't know how after 15 years how you can just call it quits when there's so much good to it.
They can't be good. What good?
She said how good it was.
She did. She did. You're right.
It's just in the middle of the night. He gets up and is on the phone. So what?
You see, I can't tell you, I really can't tell you what will bring you happiness. Your happiness is your happiness, right? But what I can tell you is that you deserve to be happy. And you deserve to be respected. And you deserve to give respect to your spouse. And if those things are not present in your life, then you might want to make a shift to get you closer to that point. That is what I can tell you. Because a life that is unhappy is not a life well lived. And when you get old and sitting in your chair in your veranda, rocking, drinking your tea, you want beautiful memories. You don't want tears to be running down your face with regret and remorse and what if and oh gosh. You want to be in a peaceful place. You want to show your children what a beautiful life should be. You don't want your daughter to come to you with the same story that you went to your mother with.
Right.
You understand? You don't want that. You want when your children come down to you, they said, Ma, you know, thank you. You did the best with us that you could. You showed us what love was. You made some tough choices, but they benefited us. Now I can be a good husband to my wife, or I can be a good wife to my husband. You don't want them to say, well, you see, Ma, you can't tell me nothing because you stayed. You knew he
Right.
was cheating.
You tolerated it. Don't tell me how to run my life.
Exactly. So now I have somebody else's man. What you on about? I will not go through the stress that you go through. We create these things. We don't want to create these things. We want when our children look at us that they can be proud of us and the choices that we make.
Absolutely.
I say you have a lot of thinking to do. You still have a lot of living left in you. Sit down and make a decision. You have to make a decision for you first. Once you are okay, everything will be okay. Morning Matters is winding down now.
There we go.
There we go. Anything you'd like to leave us with today?
Not today.
Not today?
I need to get on that water taxi that's leaving right now.
You're going?
I had to go.
Get to go? Boy, where I miss you. Guys, I definitely have to say until next time, we encourage you to take care of yourselves and each other. This is Rhonda Crichton along with
Drew.
saying goodbye.
Bye.